Hello, and welcome to Nurtural Disasters. This is a podcast for those of us with toxic or emotionally immature parents. We might not have a bunch of credentials next to our names, but we do have PhDs from the Hard Knocks University. Basically, we want this to be a validating space for adult children of parents who had no business having children.
Welcome to Nurtural Disasters with Ken and Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Ken.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? Actually, in recording real lifetime, it's actually been a long time, but, we've been putting episodes here and there. Been a really bad situation with our provider. Lots of technical issues.
Do you want to see the name? Should we, put him on blast or no? Do you think they're going to fuck with us? Do you think they'll retaliate?
We're not big enough for them to retaliate. I just wish there was a day where people retaliated against us.
We had such technical issues. They did an update and it made editing so difficult. It was so dumb. And it wasn't just me, because I went on Reddit and I looked up the name of our provider. I don't know if I want to say it, but people said some really funny shit. Trying to remember what the funniest one was, but people were pissed. The update was so stupid.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff didn't make any sense.
No.
Editing the stuff, it was terrible because it would just freeze after every time you try to make a cut or silence the other mic.
Well, we couldn't even see our cuts on the timeline.
Yeah, that was the least of our worries. It would have been great if we had a live show. I could just imagine how bad it was if we had a camera going on too. It would just be terrible. It would just be I don't even know what you could do at that point.
Yeah, I think someone wrote, they gave the interface to an intern and then everyone went on vacation. So
that can't be true. That can't be true, right?
No, well, that's what it seems like. Because with the interface changed and all these changes that they made, everyone's making fun of Riverside on Reddit.
Well, you said the name, so it might as well. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter because our website is linked to Riverside, so it's.
Oh my God, you said you're right.
Our website's linked to Riverside, and and you know what? I've never dug deep on Riverside until that time, and I found out a little bit about Riverside, not necessarily good things.
Really? Okay, maybe you shouldn't. I don't want him to retaliate against us. But
just know that headquarters are in Tel Aviv.
Oh,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Oh.
I did not know that before.
Interesting. Well, on that note, let's get to what's been going on. So the last time we talked, I texted you this shit, Ken, but so I got this random text from my uncle, and he's like, his daughter had communicated with her mom, his ex, and basically told her that my mom now lives in my neighborhood. So if you've been following along, my mom and I are not talking. I've been estranged. I've been no contact for, I think, at least 11 years, I think. At least. And before this, she was living in the East Coast. And from there, I found out she had moved to the middle America somewhere. I don't want to say the name of the state. For some reason, I guess she didn't like it. I don't know. Now she lives in my neighborhood in LA, which is weird because I'm like, she doesn't have any ties here except for me, and I don't speak with her. That was just so weird. And my uncle told me, be careful. I mean, he knows she's a dangerous person. But I did a lot of updates on my house last year because we were having a lot of break-ins and home invasions. Literally I have a neighbor who had a home invasion. So after that, I added cameras to the outside, and we have a fence. We have this tall fence outside. So it's pretty protected. I have a couple guns, just in case she tries anything. I don't think she will.
It's always good to be prepared.
Yeah.
Well, explain how you actually figured out, other than what your uncle said, how you actually figured out that she was in town.
Yeah, a good point, because I Googled her name, and I Googled, the city I live in. I live in LA, but it's a suburb of LA, which I don't want to mention. So I put it in the neighborhood, and then it shows there was, a next door post, and on Facebook, two different, on Facebook, they have lost and found dogs, and her name popped up, and it had her profile. But it didn't have her profile picture, but it had her name, and it had the fake year that says that, she lies about her age. She says she's 10 years younger, even though she's 67. So 67. So she, so she tries to say that now she's going by 57. Okay, whatever. So she has her fake year and her new name, and it was her. I knew it was her. But the thing is, I had blocked her on pretty much all social media, but I I had to use my roommate's Facebook account, and my roommate hasn't used theirs in, like, years, and I was like, "Facebook?" Like, they only do TikTok, too cool for Facebook, I don't know. And I was like, "Can I
That's
just,
where
like"
all unfortunately, that's where all the boomers are. Ask me how
Ye
I know.
yes, I know, and they sign their name after a comment. They leave you a comment, and then they'll sign their name at the bottom.
They leave all their information on there. It's
I
freaking
it's
bananas.
like
It's almost like they don't know how social media works.
okay, here we go boomer bashing, but, like, I've seen some things too, but, like so, yeah, she's on there, and there's a post on Nextdoor. So she has a picture of this dog, his cute little puppy, probably, like, I would say maybe 6 months, and his beautiful blue eyes, so cute. It's like, "Oh, lost my dog. If you've seen it, I will reward you," whatever, and I was like, "What?" And then there was tons of comments under that, her posting. People were saying, "Oh, you've seen it?" And then finally someone had found it, and they put a picture. They actually took a picture of the dog, and they're like, "Oh, I can't leave it because I have a dog in my house, so I'm leaving it in the backyard just for safe." And, she's like, "Oh, I will compensate you," and I guess they got reunited and stuff. In my head, I'm like, "Oh, she lives in my neighborhood," so that confirmed that she is whether it's in my neighborhood, but, like, at least in the vicinity. But the place what's funny is that the place where the dog was found was 5 miles away from the neighborhood that she supposedly lives in, which is with mine. That means that dog's been gone for a while. She probably didn't even notice he was gone it for how long? For a little puppy to get 5 miles, I mean, well, it would have to be which is weird, and and then in the comments, one of the ladies wrote, "He has a collar, but he doesn't have a tag, so wasn't neutered, just didn't it wasn't chipped, nothing." And then they were, like, basically telling her, "Make sure your gate is with a lock, da, 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 da," telling her, like, basic shit. I mean, that's not to say that, like, everyone who loses a dog is, irresponsible, because in my neighborhood, sometimes when I'm walking my dog, I'll see other dogs loose, but it's because there's really high winds sometimes in my neighborhood, so the gates will fly open, like the side gates, and the dogs will just get out. They think it's a game, and they go, "Woohoo, freedom!" They just start running like it's a game. They don't realize it's really dangerous, Some of the streets are there's a lot of traffic, um, but for her knowing with my mom, she's not a responsible dog owner. She's had previous dogs, and she was pretty neglectful to them, like, to the point where, like, I had to remind her to leave them water because she would forget. Like, it was like, "Oh, they're hungry, they're obviously thirsty."
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, like, she's a horrible, horrible pet owner. Like, I wouldn't trust her with a fucking goldfish. So the fact that she doesn't have a dog, but of course, her kids are gone. Like, I don't talk to her. I'm sure my brother, he's always his job is very like they send him out to travel everywhere, so he's never there. She probably feels lonely, and the dog gives her supply, but it's concerning. But I guess she's just moved a few months ago because I talked to my dad and I was like, I just started with, does my brother live in LA or anything? And he goes, no, not that I know of. And I'm like, well, I'm asking because I found out that my mom is in my neighborhood. And he goes, oh, yeah, your brother told me that he was helping her move. And I'm like, you didn't fucking tell me? I didn't tell him that, but it was all through text. I'm like, why didn't he fucking warn me? He knows how she is. Like, he's so oblivious to anything that's not his special interest. I told him, well, she's in my neighborhood. And he goes, that's terrible. And I'm like, yeah,
Thanks for the heads up, Dad.
yeah, thanks. So thankfully, she hasn't tried to contact me. She's obviously been in LA for months. I mean, unless she's stalking me,
Yeah, but
which
that's the crazy thing. It's like, why is she here? That's the thing we're trying to figure out,
she doesn't have any ties. Like, she barely had any friends. Um,
which makes it even more creepy that she's here.
yeah, and maybe it's like a lover or something. Because when she was married to the one guy and she was living here in LA, she had a lover. And I know because she was always bragging about him to her sisters. Like, "Oh, this is my lover." So she was cheating on her husband. I think he's deceased now. I think he's passed away because he was elderly. So, yeah, so that's what's been going on. Talking to friends, and, one told me, like, "Go to the precinct and let them know that your mom is there. She's a dangerous person." I mean, I can't really follow a restraining order because something needs to happen first.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty much it. You can't just willy-nilly file something against someone that you think is gonna do something to you. Unfortunately, that you can't do that, which is actually not a bad thing because can you imagine
yeah. 'Cause I know LAPD's already they have so much work, they're overworked, understaffed, just for something that might happen. I mean, there's not a lot they can do, and I get that, but so this is what I've been dealing with, but thankfully nothing's really happened. Yeah, this is weird. I do know that, like, I don't feel, like, too threatened by her, like, in the sense I don't think she'll try anything, but I noticed that my nightmares are back, which is that's not good.
What kind of nightmares?
Well, there's, like I'm in the middle of, like, a war zone, and like, the 2 they're fighting, and then I'm being shot at by, like, one side, and the other side threw a grenade at me, and then I kicked it because I was on the roof, and then I kicked it downstairs, like, to the floor level, and then I'm running, I'm being chased, and then I run and I hide up like, I climbed up a tree, and I'm hiding up there, and then I see a little house, but it's in a quiet, open neighborhood, which is weird, and, like, around the corner is literally, like, this war zone. So even I talked to this about with my therapist about, like, my recurring nightmares, and he's like, "Your nightmares always have a theme of it's always danger. There's always danger." So, that's back, and then I had another nightmare, but my mom was in it in this one, and we were, like, at this nightclub, and she shows up, and she's causing drama. So but, my therapist just tells me, "Every time you have a nightmare, write it down with pen and paper. Don't try to, like, type it, write it." And for some weird reason, nobody knows why, your nightmares they just go away. And I tried that, and it works a lot of the times, but there's some recurring nightmares that won't go away. And there's literally when I looked at my dream journals, out the same occurring nightmare. So I was like, oh, I guess I have to work this one out with my therapist. So
Just reminds me of, you know how I like Twilight Zone? There's a couple episodes about, like, people with nightmares and reoccurring nightmares. I think there was one where, a man couldn't sleep because he had the same nightmare that he
mhm.
was in danger. Yeah, it's kinda like that. He was afraid that he was gonna die in his
Oh my god. I mean, sometimes they're so intense, and, like, it reminds me of this documentary I saw. It was at Paris Hilton, actually. It was years ago when she came out, like and she talked about she was part of the troubled teen industry, and she tried to suppress it, but when you try to suppress a trauma, it just comes right back up in other ways. She was like, "I try not to think about it," but then she would have these recurring nightmares about, like, they were kidnapped from her bed and being chased, and which makes sense. It wasn't until she, like, processed her trauma that she was able to free herself of this recurring nightmare. So it just shows how trauma manifests into nightmares and how common it is. People like us who have a complex trauma. I'm trying to deal with this right now, and hopefully things I don't know what her deal is to come back here to LA, because most of the family we have is either in Mexico or it's in Middle America. Like, that's it. So, unless it's a boyfriend, maybe.
That's the hope. I talk to my fiance and I tell her when you're dealing with narcissists or someone that's very manipulative, nothing's by accident. Everything's very calculated. Like people don't just end up at the same place. And sometimes you feel like you're paranoid, right? Because you're thinking this person's probably like your mom's probably has some agenda. And it's almost like you're being gaslit to think that something does miss.
I
Lack for
mean,
a better term. Yeah.
yeah. I'm wondering if maybe she's trying to, like, win me back, try to find
I
a way to, like
well, if she's bored, maybe. Um
she
Maybe she's
must
bored.
be.
Maybe it was like we said about the Mother's Day thing, like, maybe she really did have a very lonely Mother's Day.
Oh, man. Yeah, what's an interesting thing? I get the feeling that she's lonely. She'd have to be because, yeah, you move to a place where there's no family. She doesn't have a whole lot of I don't remember her having a whole lot of friends. I don't talk to her, so, like, what do you do at night? How do you spend your days with a dog? I mean, I know she likes to take classes at, like, community colleges to occupy her time, but it's, like, hobby stuff. It's not like calculus or any like, chemistry. It's super easy classes, pass or fail, piano.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
still
I
good to do that. I mean, if you're didn't have such a, terrible relationship with your mom, you kinda want your parents that are, like, retired and not working to be, invested into something to, like, maybe, like, a hobby or something or even video games.
yeah.
Something to yeah. Because for old people, I think I could understand it's like they probably just run out of stuff to do and,
How
a lot of times
boring.
even friends fall through, like, sometimes, like, you don't see your friends for a while, and then, unfortunately, at that age, like, your friends start going, you know? They start yeah, so it's always good to
Yeah.
keep busy. and that's a good way to probably meet other people.
Yeah, how boring it would it be to just sit in front of the TV all fucking day? And I know a lot of elderly people who've done that, and it kinda, like, radicalizes them, like, like, watch very slanted news channels,
Yeah.
and then they just say weird shit, and, they start they're like, "What?"
They start regurgitating what they're watching too, so if you think about how, like, young kids are, they kinda regurgitate everything that they're watching, and it kinda has that downslope when they become elderly. It kinda goes by the same pattern on the downslope.
Yeah.
Like, my dad, he doesn't watch cable news, but he does watch all these, weird YouTube channels of things that might not be true. On the most part, they're not true. They're just maybe it's almost like tabloid journalism, and some of them are, like, AI, like, generated news,
Oh my
and
god. Is it, the conspiracy stuff too, or is it all
it's
just
not even
regular?
just conspiracy, it might be I think my dad has at least he's more level-headed in terms of what he's watching and what seems closer to reality. So it'll be like things about, the economy or tax breaks or tax refunds and stuff like that or certain things. I think the craziest thing he said, I might as well say this because it's freaking hilarious. He said that when Kamala Harris was running for president, this was like how long has it been? Has it been like almost like 2 years?
It
He
feels like
said
20.
yeah, he said to me that when she wins, she's gonna sub out and Michelle Obama's gonna be president. And I'm like,
Huh?
"What?"
What?
I'm like, "How?" He's like, "I
Uh
don't know. It's just gonna happen."
uh, no. That is weird. Okay, he's okay.
I'm like, a lot
What?
of stuff is like he tells me about these tax, like, credit or tax refund or something like that, or, like a stimulus package, and he keeps telling me stuff like this, and I'm like, "Where you hear it from?" "Oh, YouTube." I'm
You
like, "Oh
too.
my god."
Oh my god.
And it is a huge thing in, like, certain communities. I remember when I was doing some research during the past presidential election, they actually had like TikToks and Instagram accounts talking about kind of like propaganda in Spanish for Latinos in America. Kind of like things that are like conspiracy theories and all that other stuff. A lot of them were trying to push them to vote Republican. So I thought it was interesting because it's a whole kind of orchestrated effort to push some sort of agenda on like a community of people.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, it happened to my cousin. Yeah, my cousin is gone, like, the deep, like, QAnon. She believes that the world is flat, and she is part alien or something. She literally went on, like, 2 different podcasts talking about all these weird conspiracies, like JFK Jr.'s who's actually still alive.
Trying to figure it out, but is this much different than, like, I saw Tupac in Miami or I saw Elvis living somewhere in the Midwest?
Yeah, she talks about stuff like, a lot of the celebrities, they have body doubles or clones or something clones.
Sure.
The people who died, like, when you think a celebrity died, I think it's I'm trying to keep track dude, I can't keep track. It's so fucking nuts. Anyway, and this she just, like, keeps reposting AI slop. It's so obvious it's fake, but, like, she really bought into it, and it just
And
but
sometimes I wonder, did she really buy into it or did she see an opportunity? Because honestly, if nobody paid attention to this, if
no,
people
my
didn't give her any
cuz
attention, like, would she still be doing this?
yeah. Well, she's a very, very gullible person.
I won't even say gullible. Let's say she just believes this stuff, but why is she on other people's podcasts, like, promoting this stuff and, what's the added benefit other than attention, right? She probably makes some money from it, maybe, but
I no.
who knows? Who knows? A lot of social media is like, I told you recently, especially with my birthday blues, we've had if you haven't listened to those episodes about bad birthdays with our parents, part of birthday blues was, like, perpetuated by social media, and a lot of social media kinda remember I told you about the survivorship bias, and there has been research about how when you keep seeing things on social media and they keep repeating a certain thing to you, that everybody is doing this, you have a very skewed, perspective or outlook on how the real world is. So it's very dangerous. It's like if you go on your social media, you think all your friends have like houses, kids, going on vacation, or or on the other end, like believing in aliens and stuff like that. Social media is there gonna come a point where we're just gonna sit here and be like, hey, remember when everybody on social media is like, God, we all kicked bad, right? Because it's just bad for a lot of people. I didn't remember, growing up that social media was this bad, right? It's just seemingly got worse and worse.
Yeah, especially with AI. I mean, a lot of it looks good,
Mhm.
realistic. A lot of it's super obvious slop, but people can't tell the difference. And I noticed that. And it seems like your dad really can't.
Or we don't want to actually to know the truth. That could be it too.
I just, and also, oh God, my God, I feel bad for her dog, my mom's dog. I don't even want to say the name,
Um,
but,
Hopefully it doesn't run out in the street and, I think one thing that I'm worried about is, like, when dogs or cats run loose and, a lot of them meet their end,
mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah,
by car. Yeah,
yeah, they
get
get
run
run
over,
over.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why my cat's not allowed to go outside because, I don't know if I told you this, but my cat had minor surgery on his paw.
Yeah, you told
So,
me the claw thing, right? Something about his
yeah, it's
claw?
got overgrown,
Right, you told me.
and he was very aggressive. Like, they couldn't
Oh.
do it naturally, so they had to drug him.
Oh, and you said it was, not cheap.
Of course, it's not cheap.
Mm,
It's
fuck
I
it.
that you know what the crazy thing was? Half of the cost was to put anesthesia.
Wow. You know what? I think that makes sense because with my dog, the vet said she has tartar in, like, the back of her teeth because she's little dogs, they tend to have really bad teeth,
Mhm.
especially, like, it collects tartar or whatever, and they quoted me $1,200, and it's
Yeah,
like
for teeth cleaning,
it's so
it's
expensive,
brutal.
and I think most of it was the anesthesia because they gave me an itemized, quote, and I was looking and I was like, "Anesthesia, $500, what the fuck?" But then I found another place and they do t like, dental cleaning. It's called, like, non-anesthetic teeth cleaning or something, and they do it for maybe 180 bucks, which, I mean, I would have to do it because I don't want her to lose her teeth. She won't be able to eat all the fun stuff that she loves to eat. I know, the chicken and the cheese. So, and I do brush her teeth every night, which is people are like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." But
It's a moment with your dog. I feel like, you have a nice moment with your dog, and that's actually kinda fun for you.
no.
I'm not sure if it's fun for her unless she really likes that toothpaste.
It's peanut butter flavored. She
Yeah,
loves peanut
maybe
butter.
she likes the toothpaste, and yeah.
She no, she fights me. She doesn't fight me as much as she used to, but she kinda goes backwards, and then but she likes the toothpaste, so she'll start licking her lips and, like, her chops and, like, her teeth, like, with her tongue. It's kinda funny, but she doesn't
Okay.
like the actual she doesn't fight me as much anymore,
Yeah,
which
I
is
think,
good.
with pets, you just have to get them used to a certain thing. So, our vet was telling us, "Hey, maybe you should go out more and meet more people." So every time he'd leave the house, he's not thinking that he's gonna be, going to the vet.
Mhm.
We're thinking about getting him a bubble backpack.
A
Like, we're gonna put him in a
backpack.
little spacesuit bubble thing.
Oh, I've seen those. Those are funny. Okay.
Well, it's
Well,
summertime here, and it's quite hot. I don't think we could do
yeah,
it
yeah.
right now. Think about putting him as a therapy pet so we could take him into stores and stuff like that.
I won't do that with my dog. I did wanna ask you, though. So, I know narcissists are very weird with pets. Did you have pets growing up?
I did.
Dogs and cats?
We had a dog growing up, and I'm not sure if you remember, I had rabbits before. I actually had rabbits, and
I
then,
remember the rabbits, yes.
yeah, um, my dad seemingly loves animals,
Oh,
so that's kinda odd, but,
yes. Well,
I mean
no.
I
Mm,
mean, even but the thing is, I mean, he's willing to, take care of the pet, but there was a time where he went through, like, some mental issues, even more so, and he wanted to get rid of the rabbits.
he loves animals, but wanted to get rid of the rabbits. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he went through, like, some sort of, like, I won't wanna say depression, but he went through some sort of, like, issues mentally, and, I think he relented from that, and we came to a point that me and my sister were thinking, "I think he loves the pets more than he loves his kids."
My god. I've seen that with narcissists where they'll basically completely dote on their pets and then just ignore their own kids.
Well, the pets don't talk back usually. The rabbits
Yeah.
definitely don't talk
Yeah.
back. They just let him, like, cuddle him, like, all day
Yeah.
long, and they're like, "Okay, sure, I'm down with that."
Yeah, they just get that supply because I mean, especially dogs, they just give you that unconditional love. You could kick them and they'll just come right back to you.
Yeah, at least my dad was kinda like I think, that one redeeming quality about my dad is, like, he does love animals, and he always told us growing up that we shouldn't get any pets, but a lot of it was because he didn't wanna see him, like, pass away, and, that was, like, a really big deal for him.
Mhm.
Um, so at least there's some redeeming qualities about how my dad is, and,
That's
for your
good.
mom, I worry that, especially for pets, it's like, is it just for her, just like an accessory? Or is it like a pet for my dad, it's kind of like he really does love the animal. But for your mom, is it just like a, like a purse or something like that?
You
Or,
took
like a
yeah.
something like a fashion accessory. She goes out and then she has like a dog and dog goes away, just buy a new dog. And I hope that's not how she thinks.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, it's like a it's you took the words right out of my mouth
Mm.
because it's yeah, I was about to say it's more of like it's an accessory, gives you a little bit of narcissistic supply, but but yeah, it's not like for the right reasons, you know? You should get a pet for the right reasons, and it kinda breaks my heart because, like, with me and my dog, people say I spoil her, but I'm very attentive to her, and I actually feel guilty when I leave the house. And she just stares at me from, like while I put my car in reverse, and she just looks at me, like, with this sad puppy dog eyes, and or when I put my shoes on, I she knows I'm about to leave and, like, makes me feel really guilty. But someone like her, she's not the type it's like, "Yeah, I left. I'm leaving, and I'm gonna leave you for hours without water and food," and feel no guilt, no remorse, nothing. It's just like, it's there.
Yeah, that's in my opinion, that's totally not cool that she's doing that. I mean, leaving them with food and water, I think that's like the bare minimum.
Yeah, and obviously not even shelter because, if the dog escaped, so she's not even providing, like,
Did the do
providing,
by the way, did the dog run
safety.
away because it was in distress?
It's probably hungry.
It was probably hungry, it was probably looking for something down the street or, like, looking for a new owner.
Yeah, right?
The
It's a
dog's probably like, "This bitch." I'm like, I'm out. I see the gate open. I'm gonna run for it."
I'm gonna dip.
So do you have you pinpointed a location of where she lives?
No, I Googled it. It has an old address from back in the East Coast,
Eh.
but it shows that, like, it was bought in December of last year. 'Cause that shit is public record, like, all
Mhm.
the real estate stuff. It was bought in December, and that's it. I'm wondering if she had 'cause I guess she sold her house, the house she was living in. It was an big, expensive house. I'm like, "What a big huge house for just her," and she had put her husband into, like, one of those homes because of his dementia, so she's like, "Imagine living in this huge house, like a mansion, lakeside house by yourself." Um, Weird. So, I guess she sold that at a profit, mind you, and then guess bought this house, but that's the last I know. Um, yeah, that's it. I don't know. See, the thing about my neighborhood is that a lot of see, if you go to the houses, they have converted garages. They call ADUs, additional dwelling units. So
Rent 'em
peop
out.
they rent them out for cash. Like, you could rent it out for a family. Basically, it's a tiny little apartment in their backyard for $1,500 a month. Maybe I wonder if she just got that because rents are super high in LA, like all of
It
California,
is.
right?
It is very hot. Well, it's not even just it's around the country, and I've heard mostly in the greater what is it, North America? It's like Canada's very expensive, United States is very expensive, so it's
Mhm.
yeah, so just rent is across the board expensive in these 2 countries.
I mean, LA's not cheap, so, maybe I'm
I think
wondering if
we're
she rent
I think we're conditioned to, like, see that, "Wow, that's expensive," but then if we go somewhere else, it's like, "Ooh, discount."
yeah, right. Maybe
You would
she's
take a
in a
road trip and you're like, "Damn, the gas and stuff is cheaper, huh?"
oh,
That's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah. So, yeah, to answer your question, I don't know. Maybe she's paying cash for one of these, like, to live in an ADU because
Could
they're
be,
very
could be.
it's very prevalent in my neighborhood. Um,
I mean, pretty much she cashed out on the house, and that's pretty much her retirement. Who knows?
who the fuck knows? It's not but I keep thinking, like, what am I gonna do if like, run into her? What do I fucking do? Like, what
Yeah,
am I to say?
that's why you avoid the Vallarta market or something like that because she might end up being there.
I love Vallarta.
But yeah, so I remember I dated like a Japanese girl, and when I moved to Japan, I knew she lived in the same city, but we never ran into each other. So the likeliness of you running into someone in a city, actually not knowing their schedule or anything like that is pretty slim. Even if you run into them maybe like in passing, you're not gonna even notice. So here's hoping that that's kind of what happens for you.
Or, yeah, maybe I'll just have my roommate do the shopping. It's like
Yeah, just have your roommate do it, so or just have them send it to your house, that's a
DoorDash
thing now.
it or yeah.
Or there's, like, the little robots actually deliver
Oh,
groceries
Was it
now.
Coco?
I call him
Oh,
Wally.
Wally, yeah.
Every time it, like, drives past me, I'm
And
like,
they have names
"Wally."
too, because when I passed one robot thing, it had, like, a name on it, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's cute, but it's also like, "Oh, this is our future."
I was like, "I
Well,
need a friend."
but how do they not get robbed? I mean, unless it's like
I'm pretty sure people do some bad stuff to them, but they have, like, cameras on them
oh,
to,
okay.
you know.
Oh, okay. They have obviously sensors, so they know how to cross the street.
Oh, they have sensors, but I think I'm not sure, like, exactly how they work, but maybe they have, like, a it's logging everything, so maybe they actually have manual control, like, takeover from, like, someone that could control it remotely,
Oh,
which I hope they do that for
I was about
Waymo
to
because
say Waymo. Oh my god.
have you seen some of the Waymos? Like,
Yeah.
you could actually glitch it and make it not be able to, like, go forward. Like, if you're in the intersection, let's say, like, there's a situation where you have, like, a crossing what do they call those people? Like, traffic cops?
Mhm.
Which is it happens pretty often here when, when the power goes out or something like that, and plus, we live next to, like, a lot of sporting venues, and, there's gonna be a traffic cop there, and there's gonna point cars there, and the Waymo's gonna go up to, like, someone that's, like, in the middle of the street and just stop and not know what to do. So, yeah, there's a lot of that.
Well, that's what we have to deal with now. So
Yeah, we should really do a palate cleanser because, who knows, maybe your mom might show up in front of your house, so we might as well do it now.
Can you imagine, like, is at least I think your door's it's like someone's at your door. I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
Well, you texted me that your mom was in your neighborhood. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Actually here." I'm like, "What the hell? How?" And how did you find out? I'm like, "Oh, I was like, I got details." And I'm like, "What the hell?" That really is like kind of like a bad nightmare come to life.
Yeah, maybe she's trying to win me back. Obviously, she hasn't done any of the work, like, hasn't gone to therapy, hasn't worked on herself, her toxicity, nothing. It's like
So how's
it's
she gonna win you
just
back? Like, just give you stuff and money?
try to buy my love.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Like, she hasn't progressed, like, emotionally or,
No,
so
my love don't cost a thing.
thanks, J Lo.
You're welcome. Taco flavored kisses.
Yeah, that's how we became friends, taco favorite kisses. You did that impression, and you know what's crazy? My fiancée does the same impression she did last. You 2 should just do it to each other, it's funny.
Okay, it's just that's such a hilarious episode.
Taco
I
flavor kisses.
Yeah, I actually showed it to my little cousin because she didn't know my reference. So I showed her the South Park episode, and there's one part where I forgot that was, like, lewd with Ben Affleck in the car. I don't wanna say it.
Oh, yeah. I
I
almost wanna
was
say it too because
I
I
was
was like,
like
I think that was hilarious, though.
and it's funny, but, she's underage. She's only well, she was 16 at the time I showed her, but still. And I was like, close your eyes." Like, I'll fast forward this part.
Ew, Ben Affleck splooge.
Oh my god. And she's really innocent too. She's 17 now, but she's really innocent. Like, she's gonna be 18 in a few months, and I was telling someone, like, "She seems so innocent." And I
Oh,
even
all the
told
stuff she's gonna learn when she hits 18.
and I told her dad, my uncle, I'm like, "I can't believe it, she's so innocent." He's, "Oh, yeah, everyone in her private school is just as sheltered as she is. That's why they're so innocent." He's like and he at the place that they work at, there's, like, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and he said they seem way older than her because they're from a whole different neighborhood where, like, they had to grow up really fast and no private school for them. No, and he's like, "These kids even smoke weed, they talk shit." It's like, "Yeah." So and then my uncle goes, "It's good that we're taking her to Mexico soon." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, she turns 18 soon, so she can see how the rest of the world lives because she's just" yeah. So anyway, that's like a different rant, but, taco flavored kisses, yeah, my love what were we saying? My love don't cost a thing, J-Lo.
Oh, yeah. Interesting thing is, anybody that's listening to this podcast, I feel like what you go listen to the birthday ones, and especially listen to those Michael Jackson ones because apparently those are doing pretty well.
Oh my god, I just saw that.
I
It's
don't know who's listening to the Michael Jackson episodes, but it's kind of.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening, and also name recognition, right?
I wish someone would actually contact us. I was like, they're listening to us, but it's actually not telling us where they're listening from. I'm sure if we paid someone to go into analytics, they'll be able to gauge what they're listening from, but, we don't have any money, so.
Well, we have the analytics from Riverside, but
But the problem is it's there's a section that says "other," and I'm like, "What's other?"
yeah, the pie chart says other, and we're like, well, we have YouTube, we have Apple, Spotify. It's like, what is the other?
I'm still waiting for maybe, like, that email or phone call. It's like, "Hey, we found your podcast. You wanna do a commercial or something like that?" Or something like that.
Yes, you guys are so popular that yeah, ad space, you know?
Yeah, because I remember, when I was, like, 20 something, I was doing, like, a Tumblr, yeah, see how old that was, and I was doing, like a photography project, and I think, like, a literary agent actually wanted to sign me, but the book never got published, so I never made any money off of it.
Was it
So
that book about things to do with your diploma?
yeah, and the thing is, I think she was gonna try to get me, like, money for, like, an advance, and I should've just really pursued it. But I'm thinking it's like, "Hey, this could be, leading up to something good," but never nothing ever came of it, unfortunately.
Eh,
Maybe one day something will happen, like, hopefully with this podcast, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, the Riverside's been so bad that the technical glitches that were on here were so bad that I don't know, by the time this episode comes out, like, I had to re-release a couple episodes in order to, like, fill time. I think one of them is gonna be, like, the Beckham episode, which is ironic because they use, David Beckham and, like, Victoria Beckham meme to advertise something. Probably to advertise this new interface that's, like, terrible, full of glitches. Isn't that great?
Well, we'll see when we edit this tomorrow. Well, I know you like to edit well, I'm not gonna say. So you like to edit, and
I do, so it's like, when I tell you something is just like, "It's all messed up, Lisa, it's all messed up," like, it just freezes Lisa,
oh, I was
and I was like,
so
"Yeah, it's."
pissed. You remember I was like, "This is so stupid. I can't do anything." I was good. I was so like, and I was like, "You know what? We're gonna boycott it." And we went like kind of Karens. We channeled our inner Karen, which is basically a narcissist. And this is why narcissists get away with everything, because they will basically, we have to wear them down and you just complain. You just Karen the shit out of them till they just give in, until they just like, fine, I'll give in. Just, and it's basically like, it's a metaphor for like what is a metaphor? How narcissists, how they get away with everything. That's why they just wear people down to get to their way because they're so fucking entitled. I'm like, okay,
Man, but we didn't get anything out of this.
they changed it. They changed it. We can see the cuts now.
I think a lot of people complained. I don't think it's just
It
us. I
wasn't
think
just
a lot of
us.
people
Obviously, it was.
complained.
Yeah, I'm not taking all their credit like a narcissist. Take credit for
Well,
other
that's why
people's
you
work.
complain because a lot of the times you're not the only one, so if you just keep it quiet,
Mhm.
and it's right to complain. It's like we're paying for a service, and if it's not
Yeah.
working, and it worked before, and the thing is, I work in IT. It's like there's constantly like glitches all the time. It's like as a company, if you change something, you have to be okay with rolling it back if it's not working.
Yeah, the problem is that we paid for the entire year. I paid off like a year's worth of stuff, and rather than do like month to month, maybe we should have done that, but I don't know. Well, when we edit this
Bless you.
tomorrow, oh, you could hear the sneeze. It wasn't me. It was my roommate.
Well, yeah. If anybody's been actually following our podcast, I had my birthday.
Hello.
We went out to go eat. It was very nice.
Yes, we try to give you a nice little thing. Is this the server? He was.
There's like something up his butt or something like that. The server.
Yeah. A lot of the a lot of servers in that neighborhood tend to be kind of, not very friendly. They're kind of
But
snobby.
we weren't even in like the fancy part of Hollywood. Like we're not like in one of those like bistros where we know like the waiters. Hey, the waiter's a aspiring actor, eh? And
Oh yeah.
that
Oh
girl
yeah.
right there, she's an Instagram model. It's
Oh
not even like that.
yeah. I could tell he was a inspiring actor.
It's
Like he has that look. Like he just moved here maybe a few years ago from Oklahoma or whatever. And it's like
I think last time it was Iowa, wasn't it?
whatever. Some middle America, right?
Yeah, where's Caitlin Clark from? I like Caitlin Clark.
Who's that?
She plays, WNBA.
Yeah. But this is enough for do you think this is enough?
Oh, yeah, that's enough.
Okay, cool.
And, yeah, well, anything to add to our palate cleanser.
Yeah, so well, hopefully, my mom learns her lesson, and learns how to basically takes into advice the advice that the people in the comment section left for her, Neuter your fucking
I
dog.
Oh, man, I really hope nothing happens to that dog.
No, such so cute. Did I send you a screenshot?
No, you did not send me a screenshot of how that dog
What?
looks like.
Are you
If
se
I
I
see
sent you I thought I did send you a screenshot of the posting that she posted.
what kinda dog is it?
I feel like
Was
if I posted it, people would know. I just don't wanna dox the dog.
Well, just send it to me outside of this,
Yeah, yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna send you maybe it's a there's a screenshot.
Man, did you see, like, the new Michael Jackson stuff that just came out? Like, right after the movie comes out? It's very coordinated effort when people release stuff, isn't it?
You're talking about the Michael Jackson,
The new, kinda like,
Netflix.
documentary. Yeah.
Oh, the Netflix documentary, was it The Deceit or something? What was it called?
Was it The Verdict?
The Verdict. Why did I say The
I think
Deceit?
because
I'm
remember you told me
tripping.
about it too, I'm like, "How very good timing,
The timing
if this is not a mistake."
was
They were
mm,
waiting for the movie to come out, waiting for the movie to do very well, and then plunk this right there, see what happens.
yeah.
Which is fine because we're, if people keep listening to our Michael Jackson material about his parents and Joe Jackson and stuff like that, we'll keep doing it. Maybe that'll be our launching pad.
Okay. Oh, we could talk about The Verdict. I don't know. What we talk about? Shitty
I don't know,
parents.
you remember in the first couple episodes, you were saying like, "Oh, yeah, we don't wanna be talking about, celebrity news," but I think what 4 out of the 5 top episodes in terms of streams are about celebrities or, about popular individuals. Like, we did the Kathy Bates one, we did the 2 episodes about Michael Jackson, and we did the one about Mackenzie, the girl that
Mean Girl
caused yeah, mean girl that
murders.
caused the mean girl murder. So, we might have to do that. I think our friends were fine listening to our, like, stuff about ourselves, but yeah, I think a lot of other people want to listen about things about people they might actually know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
Oh,
for
by
the
the way,
picture. What?
we're almost at episode 20.
Woohoo!
I think that's, like, the threshold, right? And I think that's, like, the,
1%.
yeah, the 1%
1%.
of the 1%, so we get that profit.
Yes, another South Park reference. Step 1, a million people. Step 2, who knows? Step 3, profit.
Profits.
Profit, yeah.
Hey, that'd be great to end up like a South Park kinda thing. Yeah, $1 billion, huh? Paramount? Apparently
Paramount.
Paramount's
Mm,
cutting costs and decided to give South Park $1 billion. Right.
mhm.
Right.
Okay. I'm looking for the screenshot I took of the dog, and I don't think I deleted it, did I? No, I hope I didn't delete it.
It'll probably be in your deleted stuff.
I know. Well, I hope I didn't. What if I do a search for dog? Put up pictures of my dog.
It's surprisingly good if you say, like, you wanna search, like, a thing, like, such as, like, a cake, a dog, or a cat. It's actually pretty good about searching what it could be. Um
It's all pictures
But
of my dog.
but every time, like, I take a picture of my cat, it keeps telling me the breed of the cat, and I'm like, "You guys are wrong," because they're totally different every single time. Yeah, Conan's been, Siberian cat, Norwegian forest cat,
What?
domestic long hair, Maine Coon. I'm like, I'm pretty sure all of those are either half right or, like, very wrong. He's just orange. He's just staring out the window. So, yeah, but yeah, so we just passed your life force, so did your dog go, very crazy with the fireworks?
No. I give her half a Xanax.
My cat's not afraid of fireworks.
Oh, it's very
He just
brave.
stares. Well, he gets scared if it's like a big burst of light in front of you, but who's not afraid of that?
Yeah.
But other than that, he's like looking out, he's like, interesting. Very interesting. So where are the cuddles?
Oh, you know what? No.
Can't find a picture?
Well, I
That's okay. Send it to me after your show.
I shall send it to you after the show. Okay. All right, Ken, I think that's it for today, for this week,
Uh-huh.
and yeah. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, this is the end of the show. Hopefully you got enough palate cleanser. Cleanse your
Uh,
palate, have a cucumber. Is that a palate cleanser? I
yeah.
don't know. I was like, I don't remember. I don't remember all that. Also, when you drink coffee, it's like you have you drink coffee, you have something. I don't even know anymore. Here, have your palate cleansed. We'll talk to you next time, everybody.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening.
Hopefully, we're not gonna have like an episode where like Lisa's gonna be like, I ran into my mom at the market.
Oh my god.
It could happen, but let's not. Hopefully, it won't. But stay tuned. Maybe it will happen.
Don't manifest it. Just
That doesn't work.
Manifesting?
Yeah, I remember when my sister told me that, the manifesting thing, and, like, everybody was talking about the secret. I was like, "Oh, right, you manifested at work. Yeah, yeah. Where's my Ferrari? I've been manifesting that sucker for years. Well, I'll just go buy it at the store, the model kit."
Okay.
Okay, bye, everyone. Bye,
Bye.
Lisa.
Bye, Ken. Nice talking with you.
Nice
Bye.
talking to you. Bye.